Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your weekly reading for August 19th to the 25th. Scorpio, this is for Scorpio and Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon. We're going to jump right into it, Scorpio. It's a really big week now. As I mentioned in your monthly forecast, here we are mid-month, mid-year. This is where we have the full moon in Aquarius. We kick it off on Monday, August 19th. It's a really potent one, okay? It's a really potent one, and it will feel like, remember last week we had all those different aspects, so kind of feels like a crescendo from then, and then, there is going to be this, cosmic weather, and then everything goes fine. Okay, so this full moon, though, this is gonna definitely be, it is one of the strongest ones of the year. We have like two T-squares. It's at 27 degrees. It's squaring Uranus. The sun is squaring Uranus. Mercury squaring Uranus. A lot of squares at 27 degrees. I talked more about the degree in my last live stream, but I mean 27, that's a mutable degree, first of all, so there is some adapting to change here and being flexible to change. And this full moon in Aquarius is happening in your fourth house, home, family, your domestic sector, the foundations of your life, your significant other, family, children, real estate. So there could be something changing or you're adapting to around this time. There's also something that may be culminating, ending, that may have started around end of January, early February. Now, 27 degrees. So this is what's really interesting about this is that 2 plus 7 equals 9, right? And then it's happening on August 19th. 8 plus 1 equals 9, plus 9 equals 18. 1 plus 8 equals 9. So the really strong 9 energy here. 9 is in numerology. Interestingly enough, the humanitarian, humanity. And that's what Aquarius rules. And so there is a sense of the collective here. 9 is really strong, by the way. And so there could be this sense of something that you're going to feel in terms of service to others. We're going to talk about that in a second as well. Because, well, we'll talk about it now. 9 is fulfillment too, by the way. But 9 is linked to Mars, your traditional ruler. Mars, now the, ruler for Aries as well. Aries is the god of war. So there can be a little bit of a conflict. But the reason I bring this up, especially for you, is because remember the North Node is in Aries, Chiron retrograde in Aries in your 6th house. And that is like daily activities, that service to others. It is natively ruled by Virgo. And we have all this Virgo activity. We're moving into Virgo season. But anyway, remember Mars is also action and courage and ambition and your drive to action. So and I say that because Mars, remember from last week, is squaring Saturn too. Now you see that Jupiter is squaring Saturn, so both of the planets squaring Saturn. Venus is in there as well. But before we get to that, this full moon, remember full moons illuminate. They bring things to the surface and even culminate. All right, so there may be this turning point for you around this time. Aquarius is very radical energy. It's independent energy. It's revolutionary. It's the rebel, but also freedom. It's freedom. It's breaking free. It's breaking free. Now, the reason I say that is because this is a full moon. So remember, there's a sense of leaving something, but Mercury squaring Uranus at the same time. And so Uranus, which is happening, Mercury squaring Uranus happening over this full moon. Uranus happens to be the ruler of Aquarius. All right, so it makes it a little bit more potent, but Mercury squaring Uranus, Uranus is in Taurus. That is your opposite sign. So partnerships and relationships. So you could get surprising news, surprising information regarding partnerships, relationships, can be career, can be love, romance, or, a partner in some capacity, something that you're committed to. I mean, you could just get news around that. All right. That could bring this element of surprise, some sort of shake up. But remember, this is that breaking free energy. So there may be a sense of you wanting to break free from something around this time. And it may be a little bit more effort than you would normally do for this breakthrough. And I only say that because the sun is in Leo at this time. The moon is in Aquarius. Mercury is in Taurus. That's 3 fixed signs. Really strong. You're the 4th one. You complete that picture here. So just be flexible. Be open to compromise, all right, around this time. And initiate the change that you want for your life, all right? Because this is Aquarius is the future. So thinking about your future. And again, there may be some sort of story that's ending around this time, or just a phase of something when it comes to your domestic life that is changing around this time, that started, like I said, with the corresponding new moon in Aquarius in the beginning of February. Now, Jupiter will be squaring Saturn. Very interesting. Very interesting. This is the greater benefic Jupiter, the greater malefic Saturn. All right. So this is big. This is big. This is the first Jupiter Saturn square that we're going to have. This year. We have another one December 24th. So just keep that in mind. All right. This is part of Jupiter Saturn's story. They conjuncted in Aquarius, by the way. So again, a lot of Aquarius energy here. They conjuncted in Aquarius December 2020. If you can think back then, I mean, everything was in different, but could have been something there that was really big around home, family matters, children, parents, and whatnot. But there's a story being told here. Just remember what I said in your monthly forecast. Practice that patience. That's what Saturn wants. Saturn is discipline, restrictions, limitations. Jupiter is wisdom, and it's growth, and it's optimism. And so Saturn is just kind of, making things a little bit, like making you just, work a little bit harder for it, but part of your spiritual growth, part of your personal growth. Remember, Saturn rewards you. Saturn is karma. All right. So there is, around this time, you could even find yourself, Saturn's like structures and systems. So you could find yourself building this new structure for yourself around this time. Keep that in mind. That may be something that happens for you, especially if you're Scorpio rising, for sure. But every Scorpio is going to feel this. Now, the other thing is, remember, Mars, your traditional ruler, is at play. Mars is in Gemini in your 8th house. You are the native ruler of the 8th house, and that is that deep transformation, is death and rebirth. There's this intensity to the 8th house, love, relationships, financial matters, especially in terms of like a business capacity, other shared resources as well. So Saturn's just going to make you take a really good look at this. Okay. Asking you, like, what motivates you here? What motivates you? Why do you want this? That's all it's going to do. Remember, Venus is also in Virgo. So you could be having a lot of thoughts about groups you belong to, organizations you belong to, communities, even friendships around this time. But Venus in Virgo is really analytical. So you just may be analyzing a lot of things, especially about your future, because Venus in Virgo is in your 11th house of your hopes and wishes and dreams. So just remember, this is a time where you just want to be flexible, and that, when you're in touch with your higher self, you're going to pass Saturn's test with flying colors. All right. And honestly, Jupiter is the ruler for Pisces. Pisces being in Saturn. Pisces is, or Saturn being in Pisces. Pisces is such a spiritual sign. So just be connected with your higher self around this time, and practice that patience, and, practice the, just vibrate at the high frequency. Love is the highest frequency. Love, compassion, gratitude. It makes you invincible. It makes you your authentic self. It makes you strong for yourself, strong for others. Okay. And so tune in, let it guide you, let it expand. You have that light inside you, Scorpio. All right. So connect with it, and that light heals too. Now, August 22nd, on Thursday, we officially move into Virgo season. Very interesting, and could be, a place where you're really putting emphasis on friendships, organizations, groups you belong to. As I said, this is your 11th house, but it is this grounded energy. It's also focusing on being very productive at this time, especially in a sense of service to others. Okay. That's what Virgo rules. So there could be something that you're doing that's for the greater good. It can be work wise. It could even be family wise. It could be love, relationships, your squad. You could also have some focus on health and wellness and fitness and diet. That's just things that are part of Virgo season, but work is a big thing with Venus and Virgo. And, we're officially in Virgo season. It's also your 11th house. So again, a lot of focus on your future. Venus will square Mars that same day. We know that these two cosmic lovebirds, when they get together, it's really exciting, but this is a square. So it is like an episode of Friends when Ross and Rachel are just in their apartments and they're just in one of those moments, like, give me some time. So this is where you may not see eye to eye with someone in terms of a relationship or creative project or a situationship. Just remember, it's these energies that you want to handle with grace and you want to compromise. That's what Venus wants. Okay. Remember, Venus is active here. Venus wants compromise. Venus wants compromise. Venus wants compassion. So vibrate at those frequencies. Remember, you handle your energies. You control your reactions. You control your reality too. All right. You control your reality. The interesting thing is, if you are in a romantic relationship, this could actually be something that's like stoking the flames. So it could be something really nice for you, but you may be thinking about relationships at this time. Like, is this sustainable? Is this healthy for me? It even, again, maybe a friendship here or a group that you belong to, organization, a community. Okay. And then you see, things get so much lighter and better toward the end of the week. On August 23rd, we kick off the weekend with Mercury sextiling Mars. This is very stimulating. It's very adventurous. You've got this, it's very spirited, very outgoing. So take advantage of this. I really like this. There could be you communicating a lot with colleagues around this time, or people that you work with, or people that you've worked with in the past that are resurfacing around this time. Remember, Mercury is retrograde in Leo in your 10th house of work and career and fame and honors and achievements. So there could be something here. There's also an element of travel here. Okay. So with that said, with Mercury retrograde, you could be traveling to places that you used to love in the past. It's very nostalgic, all right? Even like maybe traveling to see people from the past, or traveling with a friend that you haven't seen for a long time, or a family member, or things like that, all right? But it is really, really special, really, really, really nice. I'm seeing what's going on for you, but there really could be something here with love and relationships too. And again, maybe some financial matters around this time that just flows really nicely with this sextile. And then you see the next week, you've got these Venus trines. You got Venus trining Uranus in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. This surprising moments in partnerships, commitments, but also with love, romance, money as well. Then you got Venus trining Pluto. Boom. Remember, Pluto is in Aquarius. So we're moving from this full moon in Aquarius to Venus trining Pluto in Aquarius in your 4th house. So that's what I was talking about, is that you could even feel like this week is like, you've gone hiking before. You climb up a mountain, it gets steeper and steeper and steeper. Maybe even the path feels like it's getting more narrow. But you're going to make it. You're going to make it. You're going to get to the top. You're going to get to the summit. You're determined. You got that burst of energy, that second wind. You want that $1 million view for your Instagram, your selfie. You got, I don't know, Bart Simpson handing out Kit Kat bars, whatever it is. But it's worth it. It's worth it. All right. But you see how things just get so much better after, like you get that cosmic storm at the beginning of the week. Now, let's see what's going on for you, Scorpio. Let's see what's going on for you for Scorpio. Ooh, look what just flipped over. Temperance. I love that. Little peekaboo from the universe saying, I got you. You got Archangel Michael popping out saying, I got you, Scorpio. Shows up in your spread. We'll obviously talk about it, but I'll keep it in mind when I do your spread. All right. So let's see what's going on for you, Scorpio, for the week of August 19th to the 25th. So, Scorpio, what's going on? I do a traditional cult across spread, offers the best overview, and if we need to pull clarifiers, you know that we will. Secondly, Scorpio, I love y'all. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, you know what? I'm feeling good, Scorpio. I'm gonna give you. We'll do some clarifiers. Oh my. Okay. Let me get comfortable here. You're good. This is a very significant week, as you can see. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what to say. Um, I honestly don't know what to say here, but okay. All right, let's get started. You see what's going on here? I apologize for last week. I know that the video got a little blurry at the end. Let's get started. You got the hangman. You're good, by the way. This is going to be a big week. You got the hangman, okay? One of the okay, so I didn't even tell you. Well, I told you last week, but Saturn. Remember where those Saturn squares in your fifth house. So fifth house is love, relationships, pleasure, joy, children, recreation, hobbies, things like that, creativity. Now you got the Hanged Man, and I mentioned that because the Hanged Man is attributed to Neptune. Neptune is with Saturn in Pisces in the fifth house. So all those themes that I just mentioned, but you got the Hanged Man in your past. So there is this new perspective. It seems like you are ready to shake things off. You are ready for this full moon. You're ready for this next chapter, okay? And there is this sense of enlightenment that you are going through. And I know I dropped these readings a little bit early before the actual week, so you could be coming into it now as well. But this is everything that's happening for you is something that you're seeking that you are going to receive. Look at your spread. Look at your spread. Look what you manifested here. This is, oh my goodness, so amazing. So it seems like you are making sacrifices and feeling that and experiencing it uh, to move forward in this new direction. That, I mean, you got the Fool in the heart of your spread. I don't remember the last time anyone's got the Fool in the heart of the spread. You're good. You got big things coming. You got big changes happening. I mean, you just got the Fool. You just got the Fool here, and it really could be with partnerships and relationships that's happening here. The Fool is attributed to the planet Uranus, which is very interesting because remember Uranus is currently in Taurus, and your seventh house of partnerships, relationships, commitments, marriage, things like that. And then remember I said Uranus is very active, being Aquarius's ruling planet in the beginning of the week, but also. Therefore, Aquarius energy exists with the Fool. And so we have that full moon in Aquarius. But anyway, you're good. You're ready to go. This new journey, especially of the spiritual journey coming after the Hanged Man. Wow, huge. Okay, so spiritual journey, tapping into that light that I was talking about, your intuition, your higher self. You're absolutely amazing. And so you're moving into this new direction. And there's a sense of like long hair don't care. Long hair don't care taking those risks. You even see him standing on the edge of the cliff, just not even looking down. Not even looking down. That's how much faith he has in himself. That's how much faith he has in the universe and how everything's going to work out. This is 1000% amazing. You see the sun and the horizon, the sun bringing a lot of that abundance and optimism. I mean, wow, there's a lot of opportunity in this card. There's infinite possibilities. You go any direction you want, but you're ready. You're ready. It's going to happen this week. Now, you have the Ace of Swords in your challenge area. And so part of this, the Ace of Swords is this big breakthrough, especially with communication, conversations, you having a mental breakthrough as well. Like, I get it. Like that light bulb moment, having like brilliant ideas too. So this week, be open to it. All right. There is going to be this big breakthrough that you may feel with Mercury squaring Uranus as well as the full moon in Aquarius. But this is just be open to it. Be open to it. There's also a message of, there may be something that it's almost like, remember how I said surprising news and information messages. Well, it could be you that's giving it, but in a way where it's like in a sense of I've got all the power, and so therefore I can say this or whatever. So just don't fall into that energy because that's not like you, Scorpio. That's not like you, Scorpio. But otherwise, just be willing to work with these breakthroughs that are going to happen for you and have that breakthrough for yourself as well. Now, you got death, okay? You got your own card here. Death is attributed to Scorpio. Now, this is really amazing. I'm going to point something out later, but this is just, I can't believe this is happening. So you got death in your crown. So you are seeking this change. You're looking for this big transformational process in your life, and you're probably already going through it. And you're already, look, with a Hanged Man here, right? you're already your mind's already left something that you're just like, okay, like bye bye, this is leaving this in the past. Okay, so that's something that's coming up really strong. But you see the sun also coming out in the horizon here as well. So moving into that, I mean, remember you got this big burst of light in the heart of your spread. I mean, this is really absolutely amazing. Okay. Remember, work with these transformations. It seems like you want to. And the only reason I'm saying that is because remember, you did get the Ace of Swords in your challenge area. All right. So and I'm going to point something out. You see the king here in this card. You see the king laying with the crown knocked off. He didn't accept the change. He didn't work with the transformation. That's what happened to him. You see the bishop here. You see the kid. They're open to it. They're open to it. Okay, so be open to this change. It seems like you're going to be, though. And then you got the Seven of Cups in the root of your spread, Scorpio card. This card is actually attributed to Venus and Scorpio, but very interesting that all of this is happening. Okay, so let's, so know what you want. Know what you want. Know what you're manifesting. Know that it's what you want deep down in your bones. And that may be something that you may be feeling this week, is that there's possibly a lot of different things that you want, which is fine. But this is a week to just focus on that one thing that you really, 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 truly want. And then you can bring everything else in because you just don't want to be distracted. There's some scattered energy that's happening this week. Remember, Mercury's still retrograde this week and whatnot. So just really, really focus on what's going to emotionally fulfill you. All right. Now, you also have justice in your future. Ooh, I mean, this is amazing. So justice is attributed to Libra. Libra is a ruler of partnerships and relationships. So a lot of partnership, relationship stuff happening here. Love relationships as well. Commitment energy. I mean, this is really big. You got these two Scorpio cards as well. But you also see that it's all major arcana up here. You got this court card. You got your own card. This indicates it's going to be a very impactful, significant, pretty life-changing week for you. Pretty life-changing. All right. You got justice in your future. And so, a lot of y'all, so justice will be served in your favor. Justice is highly associated with karma. Work with your karma. A lot of spiritual consequences for not working with your karma. Just giving you a heads up on that. Because you've got all this spiritual energy. And I'm just going to point something out here. You can see the little white shoe sticking out from the judge's robe. It's just kind of like a reminder of those spiritual consequences, because this is highly associated with karma and with the actions that you take. Obviously, they bring consequences. Inaction have consequences too. So work with your energy, but a lot of that spiritual energy. There is I don't even have to, you're absolutely good here. Is like everything that you want. It just seems like you're starting this new journey, this new path. It's going to fill you with wisdom. I mean, you see the two great columns here, gray and Tarot's wisdom. The thing that I was going to point out is you got card 11, card 12, and card 13. You got the 0 here. 0 is nothing, but what's nothing? Nothing is everything. All right. And when I say leaving everything behind, what comes before 0? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You see the little satchel that he's got, okay, and in his hand. I mean, he's only bringing the essentials, the things that he knows he needs into this next journey. And it's coming after the hanged man who's made all these sacrifices. And then you got justice in your future saying, hey, any of those things that you didn't need with you moving forward, you got that sword here. You can just cut, leave it behind. Okay. It's pointed straight to the sky. True perception. Oh my goodness. You hear the church bells going off? Whoa. This is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. And yeah, it seems like your heart is with your mind. It seems like there's, I'm going to show you one more thing. Okay. Before we move forward, do you see right here, the knight with the, and the death card, do you see the red feather in his cap? That's referencing the Fool here. So there is a sense of like this rebirth energy that is happening for you. This new, I mean, this is special. This is crazy. Scorpio, let's get to your stuff. Oh my goodness. I very curious as to what's happening here. If you like this reading, would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, Scorpio, all that fun stuff we love doing together. And you know, I love y'all. Y'all, Scorpios, y'all are amazing. Thank you so much for being here. Oh my gosh. This is that I cannot even. Okay, let's keep going. But you do see what popped up in your final outcome. You remember when I was shuffling the, come on, come on. When the church bells went off, come on. Come on. All right, so big sign, big sign. You got four pentacles here. Very interesting that you did get the four of pentacles. I feel like it has shown up in your recent readings as well. It's just putting things in order. Remember, you've got some activity that's happening in your domestic sector. And that, you know, when I say foundations of your life, sure, it's putting things in order. That's what four is. It's pentacles. It could be putting, having some emphasis on financial security and moving forward and having a big focus on finances as well. But it is that structure that I was talking about as well, just building that foundation, but being flexible. Okay. Being flexible. All right. It's a big message. Now you got the King of Wands in your external factors area. This is absolutely amazing. There could be some big movement with career here. Like it looks like some of y'all may be signing contracts, agreeing to something. There's some binding, some union. King of Wands, very powerful, very passionate as well. Epitome of fire here. We're talking about the wands. Wands are the fire suit. We've come to the kings. So really, really nice. In your external factors area, it seems like someone's a big cheerleader for you. Someone's opening doors for you. Someone's doing something for you. It can be career related, as I mentioned, because the King of Wands is very entrepreneurial. All right. Secondly, King of Wands is Leo, and Leo rules your 10th house. Like I said earlier, is it camera still? I never really look at the screen. All right. Are we good here? Not going blurry. All right. So yeah, there could be, again, someone making things happen for you. Really special. Now you have the Seven of Swords, but where it falls in your staff, it's just saying, nope, no more. No, over it. I don't like anything that is deceitful, dishonest. I'm stamping it out. Okay. And that could be part of this whole process, this big, like something rising in your life, a very big spiritual moment, but this new journey, with the Seven of Swords here, very interesting that it shows up because the Seven of Swords is attributed to Moon in Aquarius. As you know, we have a full moon in Aquarius this week. So again, something in your domestic sector. All right. There could be something home related. It could even be people like contractors or whatever, that maybe if you're doing remodeling in the home or whatnot, but just keep an eye open for that. All right. Because there could be a sense of, I don't want you to not do something because you're afraid that someone may be dishonest with you or deceitful with you. Remember what I said. When you're in touch with your higher self, you are invincible. You are invincible. You know everything. Okay. Scorpio, y'all are already very intuitive. You know that. And then lastly, you got Temperance. Like, hello, what just happened? This is the most like, okay, universe is paying attention. You got fate coming up here. This is amazing. Temperance. This is all about, well, sure, balance. Okay. But remember how I said from the beginning, this is a month of practicing patience. It seems like that is what's going to get you through. All right. That's what's opening up this, I would even say, portal for you. There's this big thing happening with the Fool, the Hanged Man, Justice, and the Death card. This is huge. So Temperance now, another major arcana. So here, I'm gonna show you something here. So you got Justice, card 11. You got the Hanged Man, card 12. You got Death, card 13. And then you got Temperance, card 14. All in succession. I mean, you're truly telling, there's a story unraveling for you here. You know that. There is a story. Okay, so you're good. You're absolutely good. Temperance yes, when I say that balance, it's more about that patience. And, temperance literally means like self-restraint. So moderation is something to consider, like not being, especially, in every sense of the word, like physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's just having that balance, mind, body, spirit, that's going to get you through. And really taking things at this tempo that you're comfortable with, okay? That you're comfortable with, and where you can just vibe at that frequency. You even see the archangel here, by the way. Archangel Michael pouring the water between the two cups. So there is that perfect rhythm, right? When you pour water between two cups or whatever liquid, you're not going like psh, 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 water splashes everywhere. So that's what I'm talking about. That self-restraint, that balance, do you know what I mean? Like, okay, so you're good. You're absolutely good. You got an archangel in your final outcome. I mean, you've got like, I don't know if this is, this is really big. I mean, you don't even need any clarifiers here. You don't need any clarifiers here. Do you want one? What time is it? I'll give you, okay, so why don't I'm very curious about the Seven of Swords. Oh my gosh, you got the King of Cups. So, you're good. And I say that because the King of Cups is Scorpio. So, yeah, it's almost like this is all you want is just this emotional stability and to be in touch with your intuition. The King of Cups is very intuitive, very emotionally stable. In fact, you see his throne out of all the kings, he's the only one whose throne is on a surface that's not stable. It's on top of water's emotions, and you even see how turbulent the water is. Like nothing's going to knock him off that throne. That's how stable he is. So this is you moving through this energy to have that emotional stability, security, and not bottling anything up inside either. Anyway, you're good. You're good. You got like I can't. I feel like okay. I'm gonna let you go. I've just never. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go. Scorpio, thanks so much for tuning in. Next week, I think I do your don't forget you've got those Venus trines. Venus moving into Libra. Mercury officially goes direct, so Mercury's no longer retrograde. All right. And I think I do your September forecast. September, we kick it off with a bang. Okay, Uranus retrograde right off the bat. At 27 degrees. At 27 degrees. And then we have a new moon right off the bat. I mean, September's big. All right, we'll talk about that next week. Scorpio, y'all are amazing. This is one of your... I'm very excited for you. Leave comments. Tell me what's going on. I really, really am curious. This is huge. This is big. Okay, Scorpio, thanks so much. I will see you next week. All right, bye-bye.